Hey, I'm Pascal from Orangepixel. Welcome to another video. I'm back from vacation and the first thing I have to do is this desk. I came to a realization after my vacation, I don't need this desk. No, that would be weird. I need a desk. I'm a game developer, computer. I need a desk. However, my wife Aline had a little accident happening in her storage box a few weeks ago or months ago, where a bunch of things started crashing down on her work table. I should have pictures for that on somewhere on screen. Yeah, she wasn't there when it happened. She's fine, except the table she worked on. So she's getting my desk. That's the kind of guy I am. I'm giving her my desk. That means I have to disassemble this one. It's a standing desk, so you can sit behind it, but also stand behind it by turning this thing around. Don't have the manual for it, but I think it's fairly straightforward to disassemble it. So yeah, before we start the video, I'm getting rid of the desk. Right, the desk is gone and I might now actually ran into a little problem in my thinking. If she has my desk, I don't have a desk. Alright, no desk. I should have thought about this, but luckily this video is sponsored by FlexiSpot, who were so kind to send me a desk, even on my birthday. Well, it arrived a couple of days before my birthday, but it arrived. And this is the FlexiSpot Desk E7 Pro, which is still a standing desk and a sitting desk, but this time I don't have to manually do it, but I actually have a nice little pair of buttons. It's one of those upgrades that I thought I wouldn't need, but I actually always should have had this. It's a lot better. Now, I like a very clean desk, so there's not a lot on my desk, but I do still like to have a big desk, partly because it's just nice to have, but also it looks great in my YouTube videos. I had the biggest desk they had available. Let me show you how we get this desk up and standing. So you can actually program this one for 4 different settings. I already had mine entered, so now it's currently on sitting mode, but we can easily press the upward mode and then it will push the desk upwards and pretty fly and quickly. Also, it comes with a little cable gutter. I still have to tidy up a couple of things, as you can see over here, but I really like the fact that I now have less stuff hanging down there and can tidy up everything, because that's really how I like my office. I really love a clean desk and I also want everything out of my way. For me, it just makes productivity a lot higher. And that's not all, because let me sit down for a minute again. Okay, so I turned 49 last week and I have been sitting behind a computer since the mid-80s. So that's a lot of years. The OG viewers of this channel will know that I used to sit in a wooden chair at the kitchen table. Check out my old videos. That was my workplace for a long time, but I'm very glad that I got a extremely good chair, extremely expensive, but a very good chair 2 years ago. And now a very solid desk, which will actually allow me to work standing every now and then. So it's very cool to have the option to now quickly lower the desk and sit for a few hours and then maybe stand for a few hours at the end of the day and mix it up a little bit, which is only good for an aging body. And I know there are a couple of young viewers, 20-somethings. You have no worries yet, but as soon as the 30 hits and then every year after that, you'll start noticing that your body is getting older, and things like this are important. So if you're still looking for a great desk, check out FlexiSpot. They have a bunch of great desks. E7 Pro, really loving it. This is going to be my new desk in these videos from now on. I always wanted to do a video on health as well, because game development is a lot of sitting behind your desk. And health has 2 aspects, physical and mental. And the last year or year and a half, I have been working on both of those things because they are important. If one or both of those fail, productivity and creativity, at least for me, kind of stop working. Now, never really made a video on that topic, and I'm not gonna do it this video either. I just wanted to mention it because yeah, it is important, and a lot of people overlook this fact, and they're just all about sitting by the computer creating games and all that, and that's great and that's fine, but mental health, physical health are very important to keep doing this for a longer time. Again, I just turned 49. I do feel very healthy. I have set myself a goal to be like a fit at 50. So that means this has to go a little bit more. There's not a lot there, but there's just a little bit too much. And I've been walking a lot, which is something I've been doing for many years already. That helps a lot against back pain as well. Standing desks are great, but moving around is a lot better. And I'm not an expert on these things, but I have been reading up on almost everything. Been also using weights to gain more muscle strength. First of all, to gain more muscle strength, which should help with getting rid of the little extra fat. But also during my depression, I found out that exercising like that and getting your muscles up there and strengthened actually also creates, I don't know what, certain chemicals inside that will actually make you clear up your head a little bit faster and better. So yeah, it's all connected, it's all interesting. Probably not for this channel. I already know there's a lot of people who have either skipped this part or just quit watching this video altogether or unsubscribed. Let's leave it at that. Let's continue with game development. So yeah, I now feel like an actual proper CEO behind a big CEO desk. I should also make CEO-like decisions, and one of those decisions I made tying into my vacation is to take it easy the final 8 weeks of the year. We're now entering the final 2 months. It's been a very hectic, chaotic year. Been working on updating all my old games, pushing them to new platforms with the help of handy games. But also, let's not forget, the last couple of weeks we released 3 new Switch games. Again, thanks to my buddy Friedel, Serious Lion on the Discord, who does all the porting for me. We had Meganoid Chronicles, a classic Orangepixel game originally released in 2012, now on Switch. We have Ink, The Beginning, another classic, also on Switch, and Neoteria, a horizontal shoot 'em up, just launched last week. 3 consecutive weeks of Switch releases. That makes the Nintendo Switch now almost up to speed in terms of all the Orangepixel games. We're still missing Space Grunts 2, Gunslugs 3, Rogue Tactics, and of course the new release Regulators. And then the game I'm working on now. But we're almost at that point that all the Orangepixel games are on the Switch and Switch 2, which opens up more time and space and room to get these games on PlayStation and Xbox. Hopefully next year, at least that's the plan. And with the help of handy games, Gauntlet of Power and Regulators are now also coming to Epic and GOG later this month, which made this year a fun ride full of releases. And that also means I'm almost done working on all those games and making them ready for other platforms, which means I just have to focus on the new game Chrono Shard, the 3rd game in the Space Grunts universe. And the plan is for next year to work on new games most of the time. So this year has been really focusing on all the old games. And I think I prepared myself now for a smooth last few weeks of the year with no weird releases or things to be done. And then just focusing on the new game. And that hopefully means in the next year I can wrap up that game, or preferably actually in the next couple of weeks, and then start the next game early 2026. So it's not just a CEO desk, it also feels like I'm actually in control again of what's happening with Orangepixel games. And that's a good feeling, especially if it's your main income. And of course, end of the year, in a few weeks time, we'll do a end of the year review video where I'll maybe go into a little bit more detail left and right on how Orangepixel got back on track. Should be an interesting video. So I guess this just turned into a rambling video. I'm still trying to get into the flow of back to work. I always find that difficult after taking a longer break or a vacation of a week and then trying to get back into things. I had some points on my to-do list for Chrono Shard, some things that needed fixing, some ideas. So I'm just going to try to dive into those and slowly get back into the groove of things. I do want to take it easy the last couple of weeks of the year, but I also actually want to work on my game. So I do need to make progress That's just a drive that's in my head somewhere. And I hope to actually wrap it up before the end of the year. The game has a lot of content already, and it's now just fine tuning and tweaking and wrapping up certain things. Like I have to come up with an end boss. There has to be an ending. There's no ending right now, which makes the game feel like it's not done. So I should actually focus on the ending this week and come up with a boss fight of some sort in a turn-based game. I'm not sure yet how, but yeah, it's gonna be the end boss and then a couple of extras, and then hopefully Chrono Shard is done, and next year or January, February, I'll be able to roll into a new project. Got a couple of ideas. One of those is a new Ash world. Really excited about the ideas I have for that. So the next project is most likely going to be a new Ash world game in the Ash world. Yeah, the elevator pitch needs a little bit of work, but I'll get there. I'm feeling excited about it. Alright, so that's a lot of rambling. I'm gonna edit this video. I'll get into the groove of normal videos again as well. The last couple of videos have been a little bit outside of game development, I guess, or scope-wise. We'll get back into it, but do let me know if you enjoy videos like this, because it's more of a vlog-like and a little look inside of everything outside of game development. It could be interesting, not sure, maybe more interesting for the regular viewers and not so much for attracting new viewers. I don't know. Gonna edit the video standing up so the desk can go up. I like it. And I know sometimes it's a little weird to have this video is sponsored by stuff, but in this case I was looking for a new desk anyway, so it just was a perfect match. I couldn't resist, and I really love the desk. So thanks for watching all this rambling. Make sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a comment below, let me know what you think of these type of videos, or if you have questions before the end of the year. I'm gonna do a big end of year video, maybe two, split it up in two, not sure yet. So if you have questions for that, drop them below and I'll make a note of it. And if you have nothing to add in the comments below, are an idle watcher the keyword for this week's video, and I'm gonna go with it. Happy birthday, because last week was my birthday. Yeah, this video just came a week too late. I know, my scheduling was a little bit off. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye!